Welcome. My name's Dawn Chow, and I'm a certified health coach and registered nurse. And you're probably listening to this video because you've got some questions about how to get started, what optimal health looks like, and maybe even some questions about this program, what it's all about. So I wanted to come today to you and just give you some information, because I almost missed it. I almost missed this program completely, and I almost missed the part of this that is our philosophy of health and how it is not just about losing weight, but it's about actually gaining health in our overall lives. So if you've got questions, if you're curious about what that looks like for you, that's what we're going to be covering in this video. And that's probably why you're here and listening to it. So we're going to get started by just talking about where you want to be and what that looks like. That's the most important question to ask. And that's honestly what matters most to us. Where do you want to take your health? What does health even look like to you? And if you knew that you could be successful and not fail, what would you actually want to accomplish? I know that that's a question I didn't necessarily ask myself in the beginning. And something that's really important is just to know that our stories are real. I wanted to share a little bit about my story because it's real. And that's my dad and my husband. And these are real people whose lives have been changed. And I was a registered nurse for 13 years and I couldn't figure out how to create health in my own life. Had tried a lot of different things, but I was missing the fundamental piece of actually creating healthy lifestyle and healthy habits. And so that's kind of what we want to share today. I could go into detail about my story, but what I want to talk about is, really with all the knowledge that we haven't been able to make measurable differences in health as a nation. So you're not alone. I'm not alone. I wanted to pull this slide up because it actually speaks to me, just being a medical professional and knowing that the CDC has been tracking obesity rates in the United States for decades. And you'd think with all the information and all the research that we'd be making some gains. We're not. You can see from 2011 to 2015, look at the states getting darker. There is a lot of need out there, a lot of need all around us. And so it helped me to know that I wasn't alone, but it also blew my mind when I found out about this program and what was possible, that we're able to actually make changes and go the other direction. So that's what we do. That's what we're all about. Predictable transformation. So you'll see some pictures here, a lot like my pictures, right? Well, guess what? These are real people. You might even know someone on the screen. In fact, you might know Allison or Wes or anyone on this screen. Maybe they were the person that invited you. Maybe Gina invited you to listen to this video, but these are just pictures we grabbed from our most recent health focus group that we do. We do this. This is what we do, helping people make transformations. And so we could have grabbed 1,000 of them, but these are just a few, but real people that are changing their lives. They're all unique. They come from different backgrounds, but probably there's someone that you've been watching. I actually have my health coach on the line, and I would love for him to come on and share. Brad has helped me along the way. It's really one of the fundamental pieces is having someone to be a part of this journey with you. So Brad, thank you for being part of my journey. And I'd love for you to share a little bit of your story with people.
Yeah, thank you, Don. I love you covered there because this is all the same stuff that I wish I would have known a little bit more in the beginning. And I'm going to keep my story short too, but those people there are real. Again, probably one of those people you invited. Those are really our real clients and our friends. And we have tons more of them too. And that's my story. Like what you don't know about my story is that my whole family combined has lost over 2,000 pounds as an entire family. That is a lot. That is a very unhealthy family. So what I actually want to share from my story is if they can do it, I can do it, you can do it. So as they were losing weight, I was starting to follow all their practices. By the time I got out of high school and I was a 3-sport athlete in high school, I'd gained 30 pounds by the time I was like 22, 23 years old. So I started this program, this way of life. And honestly, I want to be honest, I started a diet. I just saw the food and I didn't understand the other concepts about how this worked. But luckily I grabbed onto it, and I'll just be honest with you, I was going to celebrate my weight loss with a pizza. I thought that was a great idea. Like I literally thought that was the way I was going to lose my weight and finish it up. And I thought the weight wouldn't come back on. But luckily through this process of how the plan's laid out, how the education, how the support works, I started to grasp onto these things. And thankfully, because I didn't know about this stuff in the beginning. So you can see that I lost 30 pounds. I kept it off. I've kept going and I've kept going. I've been able to keep off my weight and continue to improve my health and just how good I feel and work on my habits for 8 years now. That's my wife and me at the very top. And that's my wife to the right of my wife and me. Her before and after of having our first little one. She was able to lose weight initially on our plan just a little bit because our habits weren't really intact. It taught us how to be healthy, but more importantly, it helped her have a healthy pregnancy and help her get back to her pre-baby weight. And I want to kind of wrap this all up by kind of just showing you like, well, one, if I can do it, anyone can do it. But that's my son at the top right there. You can barely see him, like, you know, me, I'm covering up all three of us there, but that's my son doing push-ups. So you don't get to need to lose 2,000 pounds as a family by having really good habits. There's a lot of stuff to reprogram. I'm really excited to say that not only this program like has taught me, and I didn't know anything about nutrition. Like when you're a 3-sport athlete, all they tell you is to eat a lot when you're a kid. So I knew nothing about nutrition and what actually health looked like. But now my son knows what it looks like. He's not going to have to do any of the things that I had to learn the hard way later on and that my family had to deal with for years. So that's a little bit about me. And what I'm excited to show you is kind of how that all works in our Optavia philosophy that makes that happen. So real quick here, I mean, there's so many things we can show you, and you can kind of read the screen here. But what's cool is with Optavia, we just have a belief of way of life. And we believe that easy, balanced nutrition and fuelings, and we should eat 6 times a day. We believe support in health, body, and mind, and that ultimate optimal health is available to you. We believe in simple meals that should be delivered to your home, that health should be easy for you. We believe in low glycemic, high protein, balanced macronutrients. Basically, we believe in giving you health in a simple, easy way that no matter where your background is, no matter how busy you are, you can accomplish it with 100% vitamins, minerals, probiotics for gut health. So taking care of your body, everything it needs through the food you eat. We believe in being all natural, sustainable. We definitely believe in support and education. And we believe that health is a journey and a process and progress over perfection and not beating yourself up. This is way different than anything you probably experienced as far as trying to lose weight and be healthier. But overall, we believe in predictable transformations, and that simple nutrition plans can support you in your health goals, fitness goals, wherever you're at. And like what's cool about this is it's all revolved around eating 6 times a day and the different meals that we have. So Don, you want to show the next slide real quick? So these are our nutrition plans. The meals you eat are already taken care of for you. They're all the same nutritional footprint with the probiotics, nutrition, protein, balanced macronutrients. You just have to pick one. That was what was easy for me. There's over 90 of them. So one, that your taste buds don't get bored, because we also believe that you should enjoy the food that you eat. Like it's good to enjoy healthy, nutritious food, but also we can accommodate any lifestyle, any background, any nutritional needs, allergy needs, and that's what makes it really simple. And then we also pair up the easy go fuelings with meal recipes ideas, ones that don't take hours to cook, that are simple, easy, and taste good, that give you, like, for me, this is what happened is I started cooking stuff and I was like, that was easy and it tasted good. I can keep doing that. So it didn't take a lot of time. So our plans just consist with different layouts of these things. So you just pick one. 5 and 1 is probably our most popular one, but you need to talk with the person to find out more of what fits for you. But this is kind of what you should experience on plan, is that you have high energy, low hunger, you feel amazing, your sleep probably improves, you start wanting to get more active, your mood improves, and that gives you an avenue to work on all the different areas of your life. So you're probably wondering, how do you work on mind, body, and finances? Well, we believe in this gives you a platform to work on all of that. And I didn't even mention before is that we believe that health should be affordable to you. So this plan should cost you, or any one of our nutrition plans should cost you less than what you're already spending on food. No additional costs. So if you're looking at this will probably save you money. And I'm kind of a stickler when it comes to money and finances. I almost didn't start this plan because I thought it was going to be expensive. I almost said no, not knowing the details. And luckily I looked into it, and I am a stickler. Our personal experience, we saved an average of $200 a month, to be honest. So we gained health, saved money, and I learned what I would have had to pay other people or paid for accountability everyone else. That's what we believe should be available to every single person. So we do that through 4 components, and that's what's really great, is we believe in a health coach, like Dawn talked about. I don't have a medical background, and I definitely didn't have a nutrition background, but I was able to help Dawn change her life. My wife and I helped her with that. Habits of Health System, a book that goes along with it. You can read at your own pace, but for me, as I was starting to practice these things that became my habits, I was like, oh my gosh, that's why I feel good. I now understand what is working. And it didn't take massive amounts of education, it just took practice and a little bit of knowledge. Community, like calls like this, we do this, Facebook groups, recipe ideas, people setting examples for you, encouragement, inspiration. We have that, and we make it simple. It doesn't take hours to go to this. This is all that. Like if you have a phone, you can be a part of this community and feel connected to people that want to change their life. And then like we talked about is the feelings, the different plans that can help you accomplish this. Simple, easy, not having spending hours in store, meal prep, or those things. Again, we believe that health is possible for everyone. And I almost missed these things. Like Dawn almost, Dawn, you said you almost missed these things too. And this 4 components is what made the difference in my health journey. And I wouldn't be here today if I didn't grab onto all of these things.
You're so right, Brad. I did. I almost missed all of these things because I kept going back into that. I just need to eat right, diet, and exercise. And you know what? It's so true. But eating correctly doesn't have to be difficult. It can be simple. And thank you so much for going through these 4 components. And I just want to bring us back to really, as you're listening to this, and if you've heard what we've shared, you might actually have been maybe had a little bit of a mind shift. Maybe this is a whole lot more than you thought when you actually sat down to watch this. And it really comes back to, where do you want to be? And now that you've heard this, you probably have some actual real questions that you're excited to reach out and ask the coach or the person that invited you and you watch this, because that's the piece for me that made the biggest difference, was actually sitting down and finding out where this was going to fit into my life and how it was going to work to actually change my daily habits. So now with this information, reach out, because the one thing I know, especially with my background, Brad, is that people who have lasting health in their life don't just wing it. They don't just magically get there. It actually is through a proven system and a plan that they're following. Maybe you didn't realize that. I know I didn't realize that in the beginning. So it does take a community and it takes a program. So if not this program, find one. But I would encourage you to just reach out and chat with the person that invited you, because I have a feeling that this program might be exactly what you've been looking for, because it sure was for me. So thanks, Brad, for sharing and going over a lot of the topics and components of this program. It was really helpful.
Yes, thank you. Hope you look into more information. I think you'll find this is the fit of what you're looking for, just like it was for us.